I'm Charles Huntington, and I was born and raised in East Randolph, New York. And when the war broke out, I decided I wanted to do more for my country than I could in school. So a friend of mine and Bob Helms, we joined the Navy together and sent to Sampson. December 1943, got out in 46. Of course, I was only 16, and they put me on the 5-inch gun, and they had me catching the shells that come out. So they had the asbestos gloves, but about the second shell went through my hands out over the side. They put somebody else on it a little bigger. I was on Captain's Orderly, and he came out and gave me a package to take to U.S. President Hayes. And I took the package over, got in the motor launch, and took the package over, and I went aboard and gave the package to them. They're coming back to the States. And just to get off the ship, I got in the motor launch, we started to pull away, and all of a sudden this big explosion, the mushroom type. We couldn't see our ship. So the captain said, we better head for shore. So we started heading for shore, and shells started dropping in the water all along the shoreline. We stopped the engine, just got right down the boat, and waited till it was all over with. And stuff was falling all around us. And finally it quit up, and we finally could see our ship again. So we headed back towards the ship. And our sister ship, Minoa, they lost half the crew. They got all the stuff going sideways, and everybody above the water got it. But everybody below the water level got away from me. And our ship, they got the downfall, and we lost 5 men on that ship. And the screen door that I was standing on, the captain's order, came back with full of holes. So I was lucky I went for a trip. When he got back, they're bringing in bodies and things like that or injured people. Some took the legs and arms off, and I also saw the medical group had it easy, but I discovered they didn't have it. One of the fellows that I was fooling around with that morning, he was like, "Oh, I'll take the mail to shore," and coming back, the same thing happened to them as us. But when he got up, after it was all over, he got hit in the head with a shell, or a piece of shrapnel, and they picked him up, his brains slipped right out into the water, bottom of the boat. And they had a hole in the boat, and they had to patch that up to get back to the ship. Oh, and it was in Okinawa. We did go ashore. We went over to grounds, and we found some rifles, Japanese rifles. We all picked up one and bring back with us. Well, of course, on the ship they made us to lock them up. But when they left the ship, someone took the new ones, and I got an old one. But in Okinawa, there was houses that were burnt and stuff like that. I found a little dish that wasn't broken. I brought that home. And there was a schoolhouse where we went up onto the roof. It was all damaged, and there was 2 Japanese bodies hung on hooks up on the roof to draw fire from the Americans. And they knew where the Americans were, they'd shoot at them. But they thought the Americans shoot these dead bodies, and they spot them out. Well, it was in late when the Japanese surrendered, and we was out watching the movies, and all of a sudden there's this kind of a quiet. You hear voices go back and forth, they came around, the Japanese surrendered, and everybody jumped up and hollered and yelled, and all the ships started sending up these flares, and the fireboats went by with the streams of water, went around shooting it up there, and it was so dark you couldn't see, or so much light you couldn't see the stars anymore. When I was on the island, I talked to a few of the Japanese people, and this one fellow was a suicide boat. Of course, he didn't make a mission yet. I asked him about it, and he says, we didn't like the idea really, but that was the thing he was supposed to do. So that's what he did.